me and Bo, we kind of started hanging out for real in the 7th grade. We put together in a group to make an art project, and we made a film together. And then we found out we had a common interest in the art house cinema as well. You know, we went to see Razorhead and convinced ourselves that it wasn't boring. It was, you know, which it's not, but it's pretty heavy to watch when you're a kid anyway. So, but it's a very inspiring time. I think the new one is not as there are a few very grandiose moments on it, but not as many. I feel as it's not quite as
pompous.
Yeah, it's more. There's lots of stuff where you can really hear the instruments being played, and a lot of it is more. I wouldn't say down to earth, but it's kind of you can sort of imagine a band standing in a practice space and playing it, you know, and it's not a big. But some of it is very big sounding. So I think it's more like this album is more there's more contrast on it. It's more both, you know, grand and small. Perhaps I don't even know if that's true.
But I think the prog label was like put on our last record. It felt a little bit awkward then, and it feels very awkward now. I don't feel at all like we're a prog band. I feel like we make pop music in a slightly different, you know, way than a lot of other people do. But I think that's what it is. It's just pop music, and we're trying to make the little tiny claustrophobic space wherein you can make pop music, make it a little bit bigger, you know. But it's not brain science or anything like that, you know.
It's just never seemed natural for us to write songs in Danish. We have written some kind of joke songs in Danish, but we never actually wrote in Danish. I think there's a bunch of reasons. I think part of it is even though the lyrics are kind of, you know, vague and open for interpretation, I still want to convey the message of the lyrics, you know, and we want people to understand the words, you know, and there are only 5 million people who speak Danish, so it's kind of limiting that way, you know. That's one of the reasons. I guess another could be ambition. I'm not sure. And
it's
we grew up listening to English music.
Yeah, I think it's hard to understand for for Americans or English people, because we don't feel like English is like a second country language almost. We feel like it's part of our own language, because a lot of culture is presented to us in English, and it feels, you know, it feels very natural. It doesn't feel like a second language. So I think in that sense, it's, you know, it's a natural thing to do, I think.
Trent Reznor had been asking about us a little bit. We knew that he was interested in what we were doing, and he asked us to go on tour while we were making the record, so we couldn't go, which was a bummer. And then he asked us again when we were done with the record, and so the opportunity was there, and we gladly took it, you know. And it was great.
Was it kind of sad seeing them like kind of go? Like, is there a feeling of sadness, like, or was it just like kind of playing normal shows?
I think there's definitely a bittersweet feeling to it, you know, and also the fans at the shows, you could tell that they had that, you know, bittersweet feeling. So it kind of reflected on everything.